Let me get this. Shut my blinds, guys. Sorry. Hello, B. Give it a few seconds. Hello, Cindy. Good morning. Well, good afternoon now. It's technically my morning since I went to bed at 5 a.m. Hello, Daisy. Whoa. Okay, so that messed up because my little clipper from my phone was actually on the button that makes my screen go blank. So that didn't work, right? Hi, Robin. Hi, Jamie. I have not seen anybody from Team Hotsy Totsy yet. I know, I'm way behind. You guys know that. Did you make sure I'm in Hotsy Totsy?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies, am I in Hotsy Totsy? I only see my team.
I started it.
Okay, perfect. Because I don't even see... Hello, there's somebody from Hotsy Totsy. Hi, Cheyenne. Of course, right? Trying to make it so that my face isn't over the comments. That's better. Hello, Heather. Just giving it a second for people to come on. Hi, Lisa. Hello, April. I know, I was worried I was in the wrong one because Michael set it up for me real quick. I'm just going to give it a couple seconds here and then, okay, hi, Jessica. And then I will talk to you ladies about necklace season, right? Oh, yeah, that's probably right. Hi, Cheyenne. How you doing, girl? We all went there. That's probably exactly what it is. All the diamond dolls in the house. Will somebody can you just share it or somebody share it into Team Diamond Dolls? That way the girls on our team will know. Michael's doing it. Never mind. He's on top of it today for me. So I want to get talking about necklace season. All right, Trisha. So obviously, you guys, I won the necklace last year. I've done this training, so I apologize if you hear anything that I'm repeating. And I will definitely touch and address some of the questions that I received after my last training. But I'll start with how I started. And so, hi, Becky. How I started is this. I actually was a customer, go figure, right? I was addicted to the jewelry. I watched all the time because you go to a jewelry show to get out of your own head. And I had a really stressful life. My husband is in hospice. At the time, he was in and out of hospitals, and I needed to not think about that. So I would go to jewelry shows. All the women that are on your shows, we have a camaraderie. The same people show up. The same people talk to each other. They say hello to each other. And so I developed a camaraderie with the ladies, and my husband eventually came out of the hospital, and I was addicted, right? You're addicted. It's beautiful. It's sparkly. It's gorgeous. And so I then had thought about selling the jewelry because obviously I couldn't keep up with my addiction because they release new releases Monday through Friday. So there's a lot of good pieces to get. And also I had another business, and it depends and thrives on a good economy. And we've been thriving in a good economy, and I was worried about a bad economy coming. So what I did is I said, well, this is a $5 product. In a good economy, it'll do good. In a bad economy, it will do really good. And so lo and behold, I ordered my kit. And the kit arrived, and you get all the things, and you're going through the planner. And my husband and I laughed hysterically when we read about the life of the party. I'm like, oh my gosh, diamond? Like 17,500 pieces of jewelry. I'm like, ha ha ha, like, oh, I could only wish, right? Never thought it would be me. Never thought that I could do it at the time. Like, I knew that I could sell this jewelry like nobody's business because it's great jewelry for $5. It's 100% lead and nickel free, and the sticker price is a lot less than anything in the stores. And people don't think about spending $5. It's nothing. It's a box of cereal, right? So you hit a whole bunch of markets based off of that right there. So I immediately started. I was petrified to go live. It was very, very scary. But I bit the bullet. But in order to do so, because I didn't have a team, and obviously I didn't have a network, I was dedicated to my family at the time. And as soon as I was married, I kind of cut off a social life. So what I actually had to do is invited every friend. Hi, Christy. Hey, Karen. I invited every single person to like my business page. Out of all the people that I asked, like 400 and something, and my husband had 800 and something, I think we had 14 people like our business page. So I immediately was able to start getting on the phone, and I told them why I was doing this. Listen, this is something that I really would like to do. I told them about my first live, asked them if they could just like my business page. If they could share it, that would be great, but liking it would be good. And if they could just come to my first live and share my video, then that would be exceptional. Like I said, you don't have to stay, you don't have to buy, but if you could just help me get my name out there, would be great, right? So my first live happens. I think I had 6 people on, and I sold like 18 pieces of jewelry. I don't think it was over 20. I went out live. Hi, Rena. I went live for about 2 hours, I think. I went through a good portion of my kit. Some of the people that had come that were just going to share it out ended up buying, okay, because it's like irresistible. And so I started building from there. At first I was kind of swimming in the waters, not knowing what I was doing. But from day one, when I heard that you could win a necklace named after you, I was like, I have to win one of those necklaces. Every live show that I had, I would talk about how 2 things. I told my customers my goals. I wanted to win a necklace, and I wanted to somehow name the jewelry someday, right? So, and I kind of laugh about it. I'm like, someday I'd have this far off look in my eyes. Someday I'm going to win that necklace. And someday my goal is that I retire and I name the jewelry for Paparazzi, because I love the names. It's killer, right? So it's really was key that I always shared my goals with my customers, because guess what? When you share them with your customers want to make that happen. The people that choose to shop with you like you, and they want to see you succeed. And so they will tune in just to see where you are at in those goals and to talk to you and do what they can to help you. I'm friends with lots of consultants. And what happened is I would message them. Like, what better way to find the ins and outs of a business than by talking to the people that do it? And so I sent out friend requests. Thank you. I sent out friend requests I just typed in paparazzi accessories, right? I found all these consultants. I messaged them as I friend requested them. And I said, listen, I'm brand new. At the time, I didn't know Lisa was my upline. I said, I don't really have a lot of help with this. And I said, can you give me ins and outs? I'm going to do my first live. How do you get people there? What do you do? All of the really, I couldn't believe the astounding reviews from the consultants. Some of them my friend requested, and they were no longer consultants. And they told me, no, I'm not a consultant, but, stick with this. And they would give me pointers, right? It wasn't to poach anybody or anything of that nature. It was literally just to get information, because I figured, why start at ground zero? Let me talk to the people that actually sell this, and let me hear what they say. And so I found, and through my own practices, that consistency was key. Meaning you treat your live like you're opening up your store every single day, right? So if I go live and I tell my customers I'm live Tuesday and Thursday, then I make sure Tuesday and Thursday that I am live, okay? Because they are going to eventually, once they get to know you, they are going to set aside Tuesday and Thursday night because they have to see that fabulous new bling. They will set their schedule around it. Their girlfriend calls them to go to dinner. They're going to say, you know what? How about we do it Wednesday? Because they know my show is Tuesday and Thursday. So consistency is absolutely key, right? Because it's all about them knowing when and how to find you, okay? Hi, Christina. So when and how to find you, right? Right, Lisa? So, and this is how I explain a live video. And there's several ways to sell, but I want to talk about the live because I know a lot of you guys are scared of the live, and the live is the biggest, bestest way to get your video out there, okay? To get your name, to get your face, to get to all different parts of the country. I'm not saying don't sell it any other way, and we're going to talk about different ways to sell it. So your live video, okay, you are training your customer because that's a huge part of being successful in this. Lots of people are not tech savvy. Hey Steph, lots of people are not tech savvy in this day and age. And I'm going to tell you, you can look at the analytics of your live videos and you can see the age group that is watching you. And the analytics for me personally are ages 45 to 65-year-old women. I'm going to tell you that my mom is in that age range. She has never sent a text message in her life. And so I know that you have to train and be consistent and let them know how to find you again. So you need to advertise when you're on your live, even if it's the regular customers. I swear, my customers that have been with me a long time, they must hear the same thing over and over and over and over, but it doesn't bother them. They understand why I'm doing it. But I train my customers. You'll hear me say repetitively during my show. And right now I'm live Monday, Saturday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And so you'll hear me say consistently, you can catch me live Saturday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I have a text alert system. I have the text alert so that they can sign up themselves in my messages. And then I talk about my website. I have a website. I have 10,000. I have to train my customer and tell them how to shop from me in all the ways that they can. If I have a special going on, if I have a contest going on, I consistently repeat it through my live video 3, 4, 5 times, right? So text alerts, like Lisa's saying, are the bomb. They are the bomb, okay? I waited until I had at least 20 viewers, and that some of us are limited on price range because it's like buy inventory or get text alerts, right? So I waited to build my audience up, and I waited later than I should have because I was probably getting about 40 viewers at that time. So you're training your customer consistently. People say to me, and they'll message me and they'll be like, I can't get my customers to shop from my albums. What a lot of you guys don't realize, you're all making the assumption that that customer that comes to you or sees you knows what paparazzi is and has purchased it before. Are you training your customer on how to purchase from your album? Are you writing, is there something into your group that says, hey, any albums that are posted in this group is my current inventory? To claim it, comment sold or mine. And then telling them when you invoice and to send them your email address. Like if you're not training your customer, you can't expect them, A, to find you again, B, to know how to buy from you. And so I've seen a lot of people use postables, right? And let me tell you my theory on this. I have to take that age group because I know who's consistently getting my notifications, seeing my videos and sharing my videos. So guess what? They're sharing them to people that are like them. I have to look at those analytics and figure out how to make it easy for them to buy. The easier it is for them to buy, the more they're going to buy, the more often they're going to buy from you. But you have to tell them how to find you, and then you have to make it easy for them to buy, right? So I go live on my business page. I don't go live in a group. I don't go live on my personal page. Number one, I know a lot of people do. A lot of people that are high up in the company do. But the personal page is more or less, in my mind, and based off of the people that do it, they had a huge following through social media somewhere else that's connected to their personal profile. There's problems with going live on your personal page. A lot of people don't know the Facebook security settings. And so if you go live on your personal page, people may not be able to comment if they're not your friend, or if they do comment, they may not see you may not see it as going live. So think of how rude that looks to them. Like you're not responding to them, you're not answering. If you go live in your jewelry group, they have to be a member. So then what happens is this age group of 45 to 65 has to figure out why they can't comment. Okay, like half of them aren't going to figure out to message you. They're not going to figure out that they have to join your jewelry group because remember, we want to hit a huge market. So these people probably have not heard of Paparazzi Jewelry. So I personally go live on my business page. I go live on my business page because I can grow my business faster. I can look at the analytics to see who's watching it. I can look at the analytics to see what time of day my posts are being seen, what posts are getting the most reactions to them. I can invite people that have commented, or I'm not commented, like given a thumbs up or hearts or anything on my videos. I can invite them to like my business page, which means when I go live, they get a notification that I'm live, which gives them the opportunity to come into my live, right? So the whole key here is I do this for simplicity. I do not use a postables. Absolutely. So automatically on my business page, no matter what, they can comment. There's no two-step process. There's no they have to join my group and then find somebody to message me and I'm live and I have to accept their request into my group. Complicated, right? And like I said, I know my mom's in this age group. I'm not saying everybody is not tech savvy in this age group, but I'm dealing with a lot of the population that didn't grow up with the things that I've grown up with, and I'm 40, you know? So it's a little bit of a different generation, and I want to make it easy for my customer. Postables are impersonable, okay? So postables, they have to fill out a bunch of information, and then it's your responsibility to make sure that when you copy and paste that the information is correct that you're sending it out to, because guess what? You send out that information and you transpose two numbers, you're paying that shipping over again to that customer, and then they're upset. So I make it very easy. You just send me your email address after the show, and then I can take care of you. And throughout my show, I'm consistently saying, if new people come on, I introduce myself. I tell them that everything is $5, 6% Michigan sales tax, $4 flat rate shipping. I just need your email address immediately following the show, and you're all set. So I like to do things that make it easy for my customer to shop me, right? So I started going live. I started putting these things into practice. Meanwhile, I find Lisa by mistake, because remember how I told you I friended all these consultants? Because listen, ladies, like people that have been doing this, they have like the best information to give you, okay? Lisa, and I always tease her about this. I call her one of the dinosaurs because she's got those dinosaur pieces that are like she has some great jewelry, right? And so Lisa has a wealth of information. She has done so many trainings. She has gone out of her way to seek out information to help other people. But I was doing it by reaching out to these other consultants. I had no idea how long they'd been doing it. I did not like look for their live videos to see how many viewers they had. I know, Lisa, but you're younger than me, so you're not really a dinosaur. You're just a dinosaur in the company. You have all this knowledge built behind you. I wasn't watching their live videos. I was just trying to take whatever information I could. Lo and behold, what happened is they said to me, have you ever seen Lisa Abercrombie's YouTube channel? And I said, no. Who's Lisa Abercrombie? So they sent me a link to Lisa Abercrombie's video. I ended up seeing my sponsor go to Lisa's live and buy from her. And that is how I indirectly found out, because I had talked to Lisa. Like I said, I reached out to consultants to find out the ins and outs. I'd go watch live videos over and over because I watched a whole bunch of different consultants to find out what works and what doesn't work. Words not to say, like plastic. I do not say plastic. I think it's like a turnoff to me. It makes it sound cheap. It's a bead. I tried to pick up key words. I still, like if I can't sleep, I go to a live video at 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody I don't even know, I type in Paparazzi Live Jewelry Show and I go watch, right? Because I'm never the end all. I never have all the information. No matter how much success that you reach, there's still more that you can learn. Just like Lisa, she still goes out to seek new information to give and to make this job easier for other people. So the first thing was consistency. So I went on all my lives. I want to win that necklace. I want to win that necklace, right? So and I started in September of 2017. And by December of 2017, when business starts to pick up, right? Because those people that invest in their business and keep their business going, I also did that according to Lisa. Lisa told me to do that Paparazzi Live Jewelry Show, okay? That is very important to have right in the title of your description. I've heard conflicting information. I'm going to tell you it's only worked well for me. I told my customers that I wanted to win this necklace, and I bought jewelry like crazy. At the time, my whole goal was to get my name out there, because the more exposure that you get, the more chances you have to sell more jewelry. We have fabulous jewelry, right? If you, yes, B, I'm going there right now. If you are constantly putting your name out there in every which way. And I didn't have all the tools at the time. I didn't think of Pinterest. I didn't think of Instagram. I think that the first thing that my husband started was a Twitter. I don't even pronounce it right, so I think I did. Was a Twitter account and started saying things, but Twitter wasn't getting me a lot of things. Then he went into an Instagram. I got a lot of hits off of Instagram. But I decided when I started that I was going to do every jewelry show and event that I could. I literally had months and months planned to do these, and I started doing them. I paid in advance. I had like, I think 16, 18 shows lined up, and then I had home parties as well. And what happened is when you do those, I had talked to Lisa on the phone, and she had said you should take, if you can, feasibly, take 300 different pieces of jewelry with you to that show. And so right away I'm thinking, okay, like 300, well, here I had scheduled back to back shows. How do I know what's going to sell at that show? If I sold 200 pieces and I only had 100, how am I going to do my live on Tuesday night? And if I then had a home show, so I knew that I had to invest a little bit more money. I purchased the large kit. It made sense to me. It makes the jewelry $2.50 a piece, which is what I can't buy it for in the back office. I knew about kit exclusives because I did a lot of research about Paparazzi. And it also had the convention ticket, which makes the kit value, if you added like the amounts of the jewelry, actually $725 if you were purchasing it at $2.75, and you had to purchase your convention ticket for $175. So it made the most sense to me. But because I had lined up all these shows, my husband and I put our heads together and we decided what we would invest over into the jewelry before I could like recoup, right? So we invested an additional $1,000 only because of the shows. And let me tell you, my first home party, I made $900 and something. So that investment came right back, right? But I never pulled my investment. So reinvesting, this is what I'm saying. Whatever you invest into your kit, never go beyond your means, but know that the larger your kit is, the more jewelry variety that you have. The more variety you have, the more markets that you can hit. So I learned this from all of Lisa's videos, from watching other videos, from talking to consultants. And so I said, okay, that's great, and I wanted to have the variety because I'm hitting all these different markets based on the shows that I was doing. I was doing retirement homes. I was doing vendor events. I was doing mom-to-mom sales. And so I had them all lined up. And I really didn't care about the size of the event, how long it had been around, which is important to know. However, the way that I look at it, if I did an event and it was a low turnout, guess what? There's a consultant selling something that's much higher, that they priced, that is harder to sell, that has a lower commission, that they're paying for a website, which Paparazzi doesn't make us do. And so I used it as a recruiting tool to talk to other people about my business and all the rewards that you can get from Paparazzi. But the key is being disciplined, you guys. So I hear a lot of people say when they recruit, oh, you'll get your money right back out of that. Well, if you get your money back out of that, you're cheating yourself, because you should really build and build and build your inventory in order to attract a larger market. If you are only targeting certain jewelry, then you're only hitting that market. So people say, do you buy the urban? Absolutely. Let me tell you what I sold the most of at Christmas, urban. Let me tell you why I sold the most of it. Because consultants weren't buying it throughout the year. And guess what? Their customers wanted it for presents for men. And so they didn't have the inventory to support it. And so what they would do is they would come and they would buy a lot of my urban. Children's jewelry. There's consultants that do not buy the children's jewelry. So guess what? They either came to buy it from me or their customers came to buy it from me, because I buy it all through the year. Every piece of kids that comes out, I buy it. Because it's all about the variety and building your inventory. Now people say, well, how long do I have to keep reinvesting until I make money? How hard are you going to work this business? Okay? How much do you want this? Exactly what Lisa said. How hard are you going to work this business? And people say, well, how long does it take to do something like you're doing? I'm like, well, how dedicated are you and how consistent are you going to be? The harder you work this business, the quicker that you can start pulling money out of it. You cannot invest in any company or start any business. And exactly, Jessica, you cannot start any business that I know of not one that is easily able to become successful at without investing time and money into it. And this is a business, right? We all have different goals. Exactly. Kids are I can't tell you the amount of kids jewelry that I sell. I can't tell you the amount of urban that I sell. And the reason being is because some of you guys aren't selling it and your customers are looking for it. So my biggest word of advice is to invest in your inventory. And I get people say, why, if I buy the large kit and what happens, there could be a lot of ugly jewelry in it because I don't get to pick that, right? And my response to that is, I sell a lot of ugly jewelry. Hey, Vivian. Hi, Christy. Exactly. So I tell people, because this is what they say, I'm going to buy the small kit and then I'm going to buy jewelry that after that, in 1 second, there we go. So my explanation, jewelry that you like, you are only attracting a customer like you. So we have a product that has an awesome price point. We have the ability to hit a lot of markets. I guarantee if you went out on the street and you passed by 50 people and said, have you heard of Paparazzi jewelry? How many do you think have actually heard of it? I'm guessing it's not, I know in Michigan, it's not a very large amount. We don't have a lot of consultants in Michigan. So what I'm telling you is if you build your inventory, if you make a vast selection, you attract a lot more customers because of it. So I hear a lot of excuses as to why you can't sell exactly right. So I live here I'm about an hour outside of Detroit. I'm going to tell you, here in Detroit, I am not going to sell a lot of turquoise crackle. I'm not going to sell a lot of crackle stones. It's more of a Southwest thing. And you can get it based on culture. Cultures purchase different jewelry. And so, you know, like me, I can't wear brass and copper. It doesn't look good with my very light skin tone, but those ethnicities that have a darker skin tone looks fabulous on them, looks gorgeous. And so you can't just purchase. If I purchase for me, this is what I would look like all the time, sparkles, right? Not everybody is the sparkle person. Not everybody wants to look like Rainbow Bright when they go out. I do. Like I would wear rainbow glitter everywhere. So you have to have, right, and it's from Utah. And they have two large companies in Utah. That's the thing, they don't know about it. I would only be attracting sparkled people. I would not have any men's sales. I would not be selling children's jewelry. And let me tell you, if you guys go home parties are my favorite way to sell this jewelry, okay? It's all about getting your name out in as many ways as possible. The Pinterest, the Instagram, the Twitter, doing events. You know, don't plan on events making a huge impact. However, it is giving you the opportunity to talk to other consultants of different companies and see what they do. And let me tell you, other consultants, they don't have it as good as us. Our company spoils us rotten. And as soon as they hear it and they know that we get new product, because that's one thing Paparazzi does that nobody else does, give new product Monday through Friday, it's huge, right? So you literally, like, I want to tell you, when I started doing this, I had 6 viewers on my lives, okay? That was in September. And in December, I had maybe 12 at the beginning of December. I grew that into 18. Exactly. It's all about training them. Wherever you meet people, you need to train your customer where to find you again and how to find you again and when to find you and how to pay you and how long they have to pay you and how you ship. It's all about training that customer because, you know, listen, did you start this and know how to do it? So don't think that they're going to start buying from you because this is kind of different for a lot of people in that age group to go purchasing from live sales. You think, oh my gosh, but I see people with all these viewers. No, a lot of people discover you because you're sharing that video. You're having your customers sharing. And that's why the business page is awesome because you know that all their friends and their family can comment on that, right? So I tell my customers what I wanted to do. I would say in December, I had no idea that necklace season came upon us in February. I kept telling my customers, I want to do this. And they're like, oh, someday you're going to win a necklace. And I think, yeah, it might be a couple years from now, you know. But I was growing. And what happened was my husband got very ill. And I had to cancel a lot of events due to it. There was no way that I could take a whole day out of my time. And that was how my website was developed. People say, oh, is the website what did it for you? It is not the website, okay? I can tell you, you can have a website all you want. If you don't have the jewelry to put on it, if you do not have a way and a client base to get your website started, there's a lot of websites on Google. I couldn't even imagine the billions of websites, okay? And you have to get a customer base to it. So everything that I'm telling you right now is how I was able to build my website into what it is, by going live, by training my customers, by consistently saying I have a website. And so at the end of December, I had pulled up to like 20 viewers. One show ever, I had 75. And I talked to Lisa about it, and she said that she thought that what Facebook did is make a like a special, like they advertise me for free kind of thing. And I think the reason why is because at Christmas, I was wearing the ugliest sweaters you could find. They light up. I had all kinds of pizzazz going on, Christmas lights, everything you could think of. But I literally only had 20 viewers. So we know necklace season is starting in February, right? January 30 or February 1st at 12 a.m., we're going to get that email. And it's going to tell us what the qualifications are to make a necklace. And ladies, I want to tell you, and gentlemen, if there's gentlemen on here, that any of you can win a necklace. If you put in the time, if you put in the effort, if you reinvest and have the determination to do it, you can do it. I had no network. I had no following. I had to beg people, friends and family, call them on the phone. Don't write a message. They don't respond to messages, okay? How many notifications do you get on your Facebook? You know, a lot of people, they get to their Facebook, they have 30 notifications. They don't go click all of them. They just click it so the notifications go away. I trained my customers. I literally would create events and make them an announcement in my business page for my next live show. Lisa taught me to have it posted on my business page, in my jewelry group, my schedule, right? So if they didn't make it to those things, that they saw it. So through all of this, I had 20 customers maybe in December, right? Well, I started because I had the inventory and because a lot of people put their businesses on hold during December, meaning they aren't determined, they didn't set aside that money and they weren't disciplined. So of course, Christmas gets tight, right? We have presents to buy and everything else. A lot of people did not make purchases during December because they were doing their Christmas. But I knew, and I had kept things separate because I was reinvesting in my business, right? That initial investment I did not take out. And the whole time I was buying quantities. And I want to talk a little bit about selling on your lives, right? Because we can always, people say, well, I only have 10 people. Okay, are you getting the sales that you could be getting out of those 10 people? Meaning, are you doing it in a way that you're able to maximize your sales with those 10 people while you're waiting for to get more viewers or a bigger customer base? And how you do it is several ways. Consistency, right? You want them to be able to find you at a regular time, on a regular basis. You don't, obviously don't go on if you're blowing snot out of your nose and your eyes are watering and you look sick, because I don't want to get sick. I don't want the jewelry that you just touched to come to my house, and that's an understandable reason. But if it's because you just feel like blowing it off, then imagine if you're one of the consultants that just started, everything that you've built yourself up to that point, even if you've been doing it a month and a half, you just lost. Because that Tuesday night that they set aside for you, it's like breaking plans with them. They're going to go find somebody else that Tuesday night. So you have to constantly be consistent. Now, when you are live, well, it's true. When you are live, the thing is how are you displaying your jewelry? So here's the biggest mistake that I see made. And I'll tell you why I say this, because I made the mistake. I wore jewelry that I loved, right? We love those vintage pieces, those really hard to find ones. We're like, oh, I love that thing. I'm gonna wear that on my live. Well, what happens? The customers that are shopping from you ask you, do you have any more of that? That's beautiful, I love it. And what do you tell them? No, I don't have any more of it right now, I'm sorry. I don't have that. So what are they doing? They're screenshotting you and they're messaging people to find out who has it. Oh my gosh, do you know where I can get this piece? Because they usually shop with more than one of us, right? So you just basically sent your customer that would love to buy it from you to another consultant. Now, if that consultant has been working their business and they are diligently buying and they have a huge variety and that consultant is like me, I say, oh, are you looking for anything else? You know, because I buy every day. I have a huge selection. I'd hate to charge you $4 for shipping for one item. When they discover my collection and my vast variety, because I've built it into this, then usually they come start shopping with me. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. So as I've learned and I've processed to grow my business, what I've learned is, you'll see what I'm wearing, right? Look at, even when I'm talking to you, these are all pieces that I have that I could sell you right now. It's like an implant in my head. You know when you show off that vintage jewelry that you really love? Not when you're carrying your bling bag, guys, because if they see that necklace and they say they love it, isn't it awesome if you can pull it out of that bling bag? When you wear that jewelry is when you go to convention. When you go to EMP, you show it off to all of us because you know that we have an appreciation for it and, you know, it's awesome. But even when I go live to do a training, I am wearing something that you can come get from me right this second, okay? So the first thing that I do during my live, usually you're waiting for people to come on. Here's a big mistake that I see people do. They wait 35 minutes to start their show, right? They're talking, oh, hang on, let me invite. Let me tell you, ladies, if you're doing that, chances are you're losing customers, okay? Because I used to get so irritated as a customer waiting. I'd be like, really? This is 35 minutes. This is 15 minutes. I just want to see jewelry. I don't have time for this, you know? And so that is imperative and a great time to get text alerts. You don't have to do that, right? You send out one little click of the button, and every time throughout your show, you're training them about your text alerts and how you could just get on text alerts. Ladies, you love this stuff. I love this stuff. Get on my text alerts, and I go live 3 times a week, and you won't miss me because you'll get a text notification. So, and Miss is saying to invite them to your group. I talk about my jewelry group. My jewelry group does not run like a traditional jewelry group, but when it did, I did try to get them into my jewelry group. I told them I had albums posted. I have more jewelry. You want to add on to your invoice? I have more. Or if you always, ladies, you know you get that person. Oh, I only bought one thing. Can I hold that till next show? That's going to be dependent on you, B. So they'll always ask you, I have that one thing. I say, well, you have one thing. I don't do holds. And this is completely, we're all independent consultants. I can't read all of Lisa's statement, but I used to say, you can join my jewelry group and you're welcome to add on to your invoice. I don't do holds. I'm sorry. I don't hold invoices. I just, honestly, with the amount of inventory I have, I don't have the space to hold orders. Jewelry processes through my house like a machine, in and out, in and out, in and out. And so you are basically, I'm reading the comments. Hi, Tiffany. You are basically trying to process and build your sales. How we build our sales, right? The other thing that I do you see me wearing jewelry? Like usually if I do a live show, I'm going to be wearing more than this. I'll have earrings in, I'll have a wrap bracelet on, I'll have 2 rings on. So I will basically have and show singles, things that I have singles of to start off my show, right? Because I'm waiting for people to come on. And that's a perfect time because then they have the opportunity to not fight over it and it's a single and I have an opportunity to get rid of my singles. But I don't show anything on my live that I don't have multiples on. I will take like a little intermission. I'll go, oh, I'll have some singles because they like seeing the old stuff from when I first started as a consultant. And so I will go ahead and I will do that. So right after I do my singles, because I'm waiting for people to come on. Not everybody gets there like, oh my gosh, they got the notification, but they're in their car. They like 5 minutes to get home, 5 minutes to get home. Hey, Rebecca. So not everybody can take the time, you know, and so you're waiting and usually your show really picks up about 30 minutes into it. So I spent about 15 minutes showing singles. So I'm not just sitting there in dead air, let's wait for everybody to get on. No, I'm showing the jewelry at that time, right? Then, I mean, I make sets. So this is the other key to purchasing inventory, right? The biggest hang up of somebody, they may love that necklace. They might love this necklace that I have on, but the biggest hang up to buying it for them is I don't have any blue moonstones that match that, right? And so you are buying jewelry, you're buying large amounts of jewelry because you want to build that inventory. If you sell 20 pieces and you're in the beginning stages, you should go buy 40. Okay? If you want to blow this business up and you want to rock it, my personal page is linked to my jewelry group. Is that how everybody does it? No, it's my personal preference. And a part of that is having to do with having a website that ties to it and getting the messages through my website. That I advertise on my group for my website, because my group doesn't run like a traditional group, so I'm a little bit different, right? Lisa does not. So if you are now and the other mistake, when you're showing sets, here's the other thing. You're not showing 40 necklaces in a row, then 40 rings in a row, then 40 earrings in a row. Because guess what? If they're not an earring person and you're spending an hour long showing earrings, chances are they're going to leave your live. Like, I don't have any interest in earrings. I don't wear earrings. My ears aren't pierced. If you ladies aren't buying clip-ons, because trust me, I have lots of customers that wear the clip-ons. If you are not, you're like, oh, clip-ons are, they're like old lady style. They are not. So the key is that you need to show them a good selection. You have to have them be able to say, hey, I don't have anything that matches that, so I'm not going to grab that. Show them something that matches it. B, you're on my team. Usually I do these, but I had the Dominican and everything else. I usually go live for my team every Sunday night. She's new to the team, and so she doesn't know that this is kind of the training that I do for my team. So what happens is that you are showing multiple items, you're giving the opportunity, and guess what? If you guys have that hot ticket item, if you have this and you absolutely love it, guess what? When you show one item and you are showing it up to them, right? And then you had 12 people comment that they wanted it because your viewers are at 12, but you're buying onesies. So you just were lost out on selling 12 pieces of jewelry in the same amount of time that it took you to sold one. So it's important to be able to purchase in multiplies as you build, right? Everybody starts at different levels. And my motto is, it's not about how much you buy, it's about how hard you try. And trying is by doing the things that I'm talking about. Staying disciplined, purchasing regularly, purchasing even what you deem is ugly, going live as much as possible. So it's important to then have your multiples, right? Now, let me tell you the biggest business grower, how I wished that I had signed up for this a long time ago. Fashion Fix, okay? Fashion Fix is awesome. You know what customers love? Exclusivity. The fact that they can only get it from you. The fact that it's a pre-order. They love this, guys. I'm telling you, right? So I like I said, I found Lisa late into my start. And she had talked to me about Fashion Fix. Now, if people think, oh, well, that's just to stay active. No, you build your Fashion Fix business, okay? Plus, it gives you another reason to go live. I don't just go live to show jewelry. I go live to talk. I go live, right? I know I had my notification. And mine will actually usually they mail it out today. So I'm telling you the importance of calling and getting on Fashion Fix. And I'll talk a little bit about Fashion Fix in a minute too. So there are tools that you need to use to utilize the customer base that you have. Now, I hear people say to me that I have like 11 customers and none of them will share. Are you giving them a reason to share? Are you telling them how to share? Some of them don't know how to share and they're too embarrassed to say, how do you share? Okay, you have to train your customer. Remember, train your customer. Be consistent. Sell in different ways. Build your inventory. So you have to train your customer. And listen, you give them your best piece. I see people and they're like, this is my share prize. And it's like, I would never share for that, right? It's that hostess reward that doesn't go away. You always get that one hostess reward. Right now, mine's Petunia Paradise. And so I constantly get that. And what they do is that, okay, listen, if you don't think that every other consultant has tried to give away Petunia Paradise because they keep getting it in their hostess rewards, then, you're mistaken. So give them something awesome to share for, something that's going to entice them. Now, The other thing that you need to do is you need to engage with them. I call this, and Lisa, I had to, every time I say it, Lisa, what Lisa said to me in my head when I explained it to her stuck in my head. So I almost giggle when I say it. I swish my customers in a circle, right? So just like I told you, you're training your customers. When you do an event, are you getting them to get to your business page? Because guess what? People that buy and once they take it home and they wear it and love it, yeah, they might have lost your business card, right? So this is what I train people, right? This is what I train people to do. What do I do with them? To me, that's a treasure in 6 months. So I am in hostess reward craziness. Exactly, you wear it. If you wear it, you can sell it. Because guess what? If they didn't think about it when I was sitting on that bust, it looks totally different on you. And guess what, ladies? These women, they're like your friends. And they begin, if they've shopped with you, to trust you. They begin to like think, oh my gosh, I love her fashion sense. They didn't watch you because they thought that you couldn't put jewelry on or that you didn't look good, because they'll find somebody who doesn't look miserable with what they're doing and is smiling and enjoying themselves to watch. Well, you have to understand there's a difference because I'll tell you guys right now my PV is 120,000. And by basically what that means is by the end of next month I'll be double black diamond. So you have to imagine that I get double hostess rewards now. And literally my hostess rewards take over my house. If I processed them right away, then yeah, I would probably wear some on my live and show them, but literally I can't. I like to go through and organize and put them all together. It takes me a whole day to separate them into necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and rings, okay? It's a big difference. You need to get them to engage with you then, Victoria. So you want to create things, hey guys, what'd you do today? And talk about yourself on your live. People want to engage with you. They want to know about who you are. And you could tell them something funny that one of your children did, okay? Like, I can't tell you how many times that I'll get in a fight with my kids right before I get on a live. Isn't that aggravating? Yes, playing a game that requires them to comment. I also do, because here's the funny thing, guys. The more shares that you get on your video, the more comments you get on your video, the higher you raise through Facebook analytics, right? So you want your customers to be talking to you. For that person, because you put Paparazzi Live Jewelry Show, for that jewelry monster who's an addict, when they don't have their consultant live, to find you by typing in that thing at the top. So, I also do something that just invokes, if you have nobody talking, get them to talk. How do you get them to talk? Give out a free piece. I will hold something up, and I make the rule because we all know what freebie chasers are. I make the rule that any of my prizes, you do not have to purchase to win because that would be against compliance. You cannot do a prize in contemplation of purchase, okay? So I make my prizes, they all know in advance, like you pay the $4 flat rate shipping. You're more than welcome to any of the prizes that I have, and it's a $4 flat rate shipping if you win. And you just pay your invoice within 48 hours like I require of all my other customers. Guess what? Those people that would normally sit through a 4-hour jewelry show for that $5 free piece of jewelry and then invite their whole family members on at the same time so that they can try to win it too, they leave. They go find the consultant that's not charging the shipping because they want it free all the way through, right? Yes, a lot of the members of my team, they do Family Feud and things of that nature. My audience has grown to a large enough size that it's very hard to play a game. And so what I will consistently do is I'll say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give out this piece right here. And I'll say, pick a number between 50 and 75. Exactly. Yes, it is, because I have emailed compliance. I have been questioned on that by a freebie chaser. And it is our right to choose whether we charge tax and what we are going to charge for shipping. We just have to tell our customers up front. Obviously, you want to be fair to your customers, okay? So I get comments rolling by that. And then sometimes I'll create, I'll talk about whatever happened in my life. Lo and behold, ladies, how hard is it that every time, and you have to talk about something that will strike somebody else, right? Because your people are relating to you. That's why they're watching you. So guess what? The same things that are happening in your life is happening in their lives. And only one will comment. So you know what I talk about? I talk about things that make them comment, right? So for instance, like I'll have a slow show and then I'll think about something that happened to me during the day. And it's hard because it's going to take a while for you to find a balance of talking and selling. It doesn't happen overnight. It didn't happen for me. I was a deer in headlights for the first 2 months. I'd get sick to my stomach to go live. I was very embarrassed. I was very shy. And that was why I couldn't build my viewers, because I wasn't myself. Is right before I went on my live, come on ladies, you know it, you're the only one that changes that toilet paper roll in your entire house, right? So how frustrating is it that it's like you are deemed. I don't care if you have daughters in your house or anything. It's too much work for them to pull that toilet paper roll out and put it on. And so when I say something, then all of a sudden, all the women are like, oh my gosh, they could have not been talking my whole show. But that's something that eats at them too. Like, why is it us that do that? And so, yes. So or I'll talk about something silly that my kids, I'm reading Lisa. Right, I'll teach them about something that I found is like phenomenal. Like, okay, my kids, they watch these YouTube videos of kids eating. I don't know, they have like millions of views on them of kids chewing cereal. And so I'll talk about how stinking weird it is and how I can't understand why that is entertainment, you know? So you talk about something that's just off the wall, that's like bizarro, that you think, and all of a sudden people say it. Yes, my customers always want to see my dog because my dog is a beagle and he howls. He has no bark. It's, you know? Oh, he's coming right now because I said that. Can you hear him? So you have to find ways to engage with your customers. You might just not be talking about the right things. And it could be awkward at first. Well, buying is good, right? That's exactly what you want to do. But you want your customers to make a connection with you. How do you make a connection with them? You talk about your goals, right? You talk about how your family, you talk about, I don't get into specifics. I never talk specifically about my religion or church or politics or anything that's going to turn people off, because your whole point is you want to attract as broad an audience as possible. So I do not have postables, right? Because that takes out the people that aren't tech savvy, or it takes out the people that are paranoid because they're like, oh my gosh, I got to answer all those questions. What is she going to do with that information? I don't do, so you want to have things that are going to attract your larger space. I do not play music in the background, because if I like, techno music, I just wiped out, because I guarantee most 45 to 65-year-old women, you're not going to find that they like techno music, okay? Out of their age range, there wasn't even techno music around. It is risky with Facebook also, and Facebook practices. Also, going live on your actual personal page is risky with Facebook. I use this business to support my family. I'm able to support my 4 children and supplement the income that we lost with my husband, who was very successful as a realtor, by doing this, okay? I do not risk it. I want to hit every base possible, and I want to make it as easy as possible, all right? So the whole time I was doing this, after Christmas, this month, I blew up, right? My business started to really boom because I was consistent. I shipped on time. I invoiced on time. My jewelry did not smell like cigarettes. I didn't eat on my lives. Me personally, and I know everybody is different. Oh, well, that's different, Cheyenne, but I'm talking, we want to hit every market, and we don't want to segregate anybody from it. So I started because I was consistent, because I invoiced right away, because I shipped right away, because I trained my customer as to where to find me, because I bought like a monster. Ladies, if you want to win a necklace, you have to start buying jewelry. The proof is in the pudding. The more you buy, the more selection you have, the more jewelry you're going to sell, and the more people you are going to get to your live. Okay? So buy. Get yourself on Fashion Fix. Make sure that you're utilizing Fashion Fix to the way that you can utilize it, and I will completely explain that in a second. But I started to blow my business up in January, and Lisa, and granted, did this thing in January talking about branding boot camp, right? And I've talked about this on the last live. I was really not focused. There was a lot of things going on when I did my last live, so I'm almost happy that it was deleted so I can talk to you more steady paced. So it depends on what your ability is to do at first, right? If you can only buy onesies, you buy onesies. If you are like restraining yourself and you're like, well, I want, but if you know that killer piece, like, you know that you love that, you know your customers, because when Like I always hear Lisa say that her biggest work is invoicing. I love invoicing because I learn my customers by invoicing, right? I pick up their basket, and even though I had a wide variety of people, so I have a wide variety of people. I can actually sit down and singly look at exactly what they bought and learn who they are. Oh my gosh, they love purple. Oh my gosh, they love gunmetal. I engage with my customers when they come on because I am looking for pieces that fit them. I know them. I don't care how big my customer base is, you get to know them. And I'll say, hey Cheyenne, guess what, girl? I have the best gunmetal purple that you're gonna love. You are, and then all of a sudden they have this connection. You shopped for her. You shopped for her and you know what she likes. You've learned something about your customer, okay? And so that is important. So during this time period, Lisa, number one, had what was called, hey, how you doing, Mimi? During this time period, Lisa did branding boot camp, right? This is in January of 2018. And I watched the branding boot camp like nobody's business, right? Because I wanted that necklace. And Lisa had told me, guess what? They're going to announce it. I'm like, what does it take to win one? What does it take? And she had sent me an old contest and said, this is it and da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if Lisa believed I could do it, but I wanted to do it. I was building this business and I could see the potential with what I was doing just by my dedication and my consistency and by opening up as myself on my live, okay? It's a scary place, guys. It's really scary in this world to be yourself. But listen, I don't wear this crown because it's a shtick. I wear this crown because I would wear a crown to the grocery store if I could. But Paparazzi allows me to do it on my lives, Hey, Lisa. So Lisa posted Branding Bootcamp. I watched Branding Bootcamp religiously, right? I paid attention to what Lisa was saying. I changed some of my practices during this time period. Thanks, Lisa. I changed some of my practices during this time period according to what Branding Bootcamp said. She said, make a dream board. I'm like, make a dream board? Make a dream board. You need to visualize your goals, okay? Like I was already telling them to my customers, but you can't set your goals too high. You have to have a short-term goal, a 7-month, 8-month, 9-month, 10-month, depending on what you visualize. And then you need to have a long-term goal, right? And you should have this visually that you're looking at on those days that you went to just sink down in your seat and you can't think, think about going on the next day. Listen, I've been there, right? We're all allowed to have a pity party for ourselves, but it's all about what you do with it the next day, right? It's what you do after that pity party. So, I wanted to quit probably 6 or 7 times. I told you guys that I had an eBay business. Obviously, you cannot sell jewelry on eBay, okay? Against compliance, need to have the page that you own or the group. You have to do it in a place that you physically own. I would tell my husband, because I had that eBay business, the easy way out. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to quit. I'm going to sell all my jewelry in one big lot on eBay. And I'd say that and I'd go to bed. And the next morning I'd wake up and I'd come up with a new idea. And so Lisa and I, we get these text messages. I can't think of his name. James Pelton, is that who it is, Lisa? We get these like emails because of our text alerts, because we both have them. And I saw one day that he had this quote, and I love it. It's obviously not my quote. It came from and I don't know if it was somebody else's quote that he was using, but it said, successful people see opportunities. Unsuccessful people see obstacles. And so you are your only obstacle in this, okay? If you say, I can't, then you're not going to. That's right. And literally, if something failed, then I needed to come up with a new way to do this because my family was counting on me. If I lost the income of my husband, I wasn't going to be able to afford the house. Nobody expects that at 40 years old, your husband's going to die. We had built our income off of 2 larger incomes. We had private children in private school. And my whole goal when I started this and I saw the opportunity and I saw what the company does for us, my whole goal was to make it so that the only thing that my children were going to lose was their father. It wasn't going to be their friends or their school or the house that they loved or the park down the street. That I thought losing their dad was enough. And so I let that be my drive, right? I let myself, even when I felt defeated, I would go to bed defeated and I would wake up and I would think of some new way. I would get on YouTube. I would Google paparazzi. I would look at other MLM companies. I would join direct sales groups in Facebook. I would go on lives at night. I would watch other consultants and what worked for them and what didn't. I tried a lot of things and failed. I sat on the pity pot quite a few times, but that wasn't what defined me. The next day when I woke up and put my cap back on is defined me, because I would try something new. So it's just all in a matter of what you are going to do. If you are negative Nelly on your lives, if you literally are going, hi, this is Heart of Glace. It's a blue moonstone. It has white rhinestones. Listen, I went to live jewelry shows. How I discovered paparazzi, how I became a monster, was because I was able to get out of my own head. I didn't have to think about my husband laying in a hospital bed. I didn't have to think about, oh my gosh, my kids are a wreck. Because I got on that jewelry show and I looked at all the pretty sparkly things and it took my mind off of everything else. So you need to be yourself, right? You need to be happy. Like, if you're not happy selling this jewelry, why are you selling it? If you can't say, and I'll literally tell my customers, and obviously I wouldn't recommend this for everybody, but my customers know the type of personality that I have. And I'll say, oh my gosh, you guys, like, honestly, this came out, I almost peed my pants. Like, literally, I was running to the checkout, like grab 100 and go, because this thing is so dang awesome. I'll be darned if I don't sell all 100 on my show. But why? Because I raised the bar of excitement. I was myself. It needs to be a pleasant experience for them. And it needs to be ability that they enjoy themselves. If you're not enjoying yourself, if you are going on like you just rolled out of bed, like you haven't slept in 4 days, if you cannot put a smile on your face and be excited, and you are not saying good things, I don't want to buy jewelry from you. I don't want to be on your live. And I'll tell you what, I would never sign up to sell this stuff. Because if it makes you that unhappy, I don't want to be that unhappy. So I'm saying that you want to project yourself in a positive way. You want to be selling in multiples. You want to be buying as you can. Reinvest. Do not be afraid. Ladies, this is $5 fabulous. There is no place else they can get this necklace for $5 or this ring. Go into your local department stores. A stretchy band ring is $18 to $25. A stretchy band ring. That's costume jewelry. It's not sterling silver. There's nothing great about it. If you ask, I have several of the diamond dolls. That's my team, Diamond Dolls and Bling Bros. I have several of the dolls right here on this live. And so if you ask, I'm literally because our team is grown, I'm literally on each one of their lives, okay? So necklace season is coming. And what my main message is to you is that you can do this. I did it solely on sales. Tracy Reed, who won a necklace with me, did it solely on sales. No team, right? No team. So we call it SOS, survives on sales. It's Tracy Reed saying SOS survives on sales. She still survives on sales. She doesn't have a team. She's working and building a team now, but teams take time, right? So I want to talk a little bit about Fashion Fix, because I told you guys having the rights to buy these exclusive pieces is gold mine, right? And I want to talk about how we swish in a circle, because remember I was talking about how we do that. We want to move our customer to purchase. And Lisa's won 2 necklaces. I don't know if you guys know that. Lisa has actually won twice. And I'm going to tell you, it's less than 0.0001% of the company has won one. Lisa's won twice. She knows what she's talking about. Yup. And so I'm going to tell you that people are like, oh, Fashion Fix, it's like $90. And you know what? I only like one of the sets or 2 of the sets. Fashion Fix is key, okay? So I'm talking about how we swish in a circle. What does that mean to win it? Because next month, B, they're going to announce the Z collection, right? This is my Z collection. It's named after me. It's one of our $25 necklaces. I know everybody on here is at different times. And so this is the Z collection that's named after me. I get my one that I wore. They give me it in a cute little case. And so that's what it means to win the necklace. And very few people in the company do it. 10 a year do it. Paparazzi's been here for 8 years. I don't believe they did it the first year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe that they did it the first year. But Lisa has won it twice. it is like, and the day that you win, it's so funny because now nobody calls me Marissa. They're like, oh, that's the Marissa. That's the Marissa, you know, which is different. So if you think about it, it's only gone on 70 people, less than 70 because Lisa won it twice. I believe your friend had won it twice also, Lisa. There was another girl that I had met that had won it twice. So you have to think this is very limited, but people get discouraged and think I can't do it. I can tell you that I had started in September, 6 viewers. In December, I had beginning 12. At the end of December, I had 20. Okay, I was doing this off of 20 viewers. I was not buying my necklace. I had to have the sales because I used this money for an income for my family. And now they've changed the rules. Once you make elite, you can't win a necklace. Am I saying hold up and don't make elite so that you can get the necklace? It's a fierce competition, ladies. I would get your elite if you can get to elite. Don't hold back your success to try to win the necklace. That's just silly. You're holding back your team and you're holding back you. But I'm telling you that you can do this solely off of sales. Now I want to talk about Fashion Fix and how to utilize it to really help your business, right? So I was telling you, and it all fits into how you swish them in a circle. What I have found are people that shop on my live don't come shop off of my albums. And people that I meet at an event, I'm never going to see them on my live, and I'm never going to see them in my group to buy off my albums. So people that I pull in from Instagram or Pinterest usually don't make it to my live. So our whole goal here, right, is to get everybody swishing in a circle. And so there's different tactics that I use. So let's say you do a vendor event. And I'll explain Fashion Fix and how it ties into this. You do a vendor event. Are you telling them that you go live? Are you visiting with the people that are shopping with you as their little girls are looking at those beautiful rings at the front of the table that brought their mommies over with them? Are you talking to their mothers about how you go live, about how it's awesome jewelry, it's all lead and nickel free, your business page, and then are you offering a contest of something simply fabulous? So people say to me, oh yeah, I get their email address. What are you gonna do with their email address? Are you going to email them? Do you know how many emails I get a day? Do you think that I'm going to look at some this or that? Maybe somebody does, but you're talking about a limited base. So I put this awesome, I used to put a 4-piece set together. Looks super fabulous. Mostly everybody, yes. I put together this awesome set. I lay it out right on the front of the table and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is $5. I'll go, oh, well, that's my contest price. And they're like, well, what's the contest? Like, what do I have to do? And I say, oh, all you have to do is go like my business page. They're like, really? I'm like my business page. And I have a little fishbowl. And I'll say, write exactly what your name is as your Facebook name and put it into my fishbowl, right? And so that's what they do. And they say, oh, I don't have to do anything else. You don't need my phone number. I go, no, because if you liked my business page, I'm just going to reach out to you through my business page. And I'm going to tell you if you won the contest. You don't have to be present to win, right? So right now, you're getting people to like your business page. Listen, guess what? People like things that are liked. So you start getting those likes on your business page, you're going to get a lot more likes on your business page. It builds momentum, right? Now what you did by getting them to like your business page is when you go live, guess what, guys? They're going to get a notification. Now you're giving them the opportunity to come back to your live and shop with you there, right? Because if they went home and they wore it and their sister's like, dang, that's beautiful. I love that. Where can I get one of those? Guess what? They're on your live, right? Then you're on your live and you're asking them to share out their videos. So you want them, more people on your live, the more shares you get, the more people that come on. Yes, absolutely. Right? So the more people that share your video, the better. Now, how do you get them into your jewelry group to then go ahead and buy? Fashion Fix is one way, okay? So a lot of people aren't utilizing Fashion Fix the way that I utilize Fashion Fix. That is awesome, Karen. 20 likes is awesome. And especially, you know, like honestly, I can't tell you because a lot of people don't have the tools or know how to get the likes. And so that's why I'm trying to give you guys ideas on how to do it. So Fashion Fix is one way to get people from your live into your jewelry group, right? Fashion Fix has some fabulous pieces. Let me tell you something else. Fashion Fix is 30% of my business, has increased my OV or my PV and my OV huge because I teach my team how to use it. And Fashion Fix, I go on and I do a live specifically when it comes. Do I sell the jewelry? Absolutely not. So I go live and I show every single piece of my fashion fix. Guess what? I have the pictures waiting in my jewelry group. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I can't get that right now. I'm like, no, it's a special piece. And like, if it sells out, none of the other consultants are going to get access to it. And it doesn't come out for another, after I buy it, it won't come out for another 2.5 weeks. These are some really good pieces. They might sell out. So, oh yeah. So I go ahead and that's what I say. And so I show the pieces, right? And then I post the link to my jewelry group and I say, here, join my jewelry group and you can just go do and request it. The only thing I ask is after you comment on the individual picture that you want, you can buy it in a set, you can buy them individually. Hi, Yvette. Like Yvette is like she speaks to me. She's on my team and she has some great messages that are inspirational. I'm telling you, she even does inspirational messages through the week, and sometimes you guys need that little pick-me-up, right? So once you get them into your jewelry group, now when you're live on your business page and you share it into your jewelry group, guess what? They have 2 ways of it coming across their feed, and they're getting a notification, right? More chances for them to come buy off your live and share your video out. So that is one way. Here is the other way. I take a unicorn piece. So people say, do you buy from other consultants? Yeah, I do buy from other consultants. Do I recommend it when you're first starting out? No, because you want to invest in your inventory. Once you have steady customer base, then I recommend that you can go shop from other consultants and not have to worry about it because you have a regular consultant base. It might be nice if you found something special, but why I buy from other consultants? Why I go and I buy from Lisa? Number one, I do it to support them, right? I support other consultants around me. Do I share their videos that are not on my team? Absolutely, I do. I've made several friends and built a network because I'm not afraid. And they're like, I can't believe you shared my video. You're a consultant. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? Yes, I post it first and then I go live. Sometimes it happens separately, like where I had the pictures. I just needed to go live because of kid situation. But I post that into my jewelry group. So right when they get off the video, I'm ready to sit there and accept them, right? And guaranteed every time I get about 7 new people into my jewelry group based off of that. I never add people. I always find a way to get them to join to your VIP group, right? So not to my business page, to my VIP group, because I like your VIP group, and I learned this from Lisa, are your jewelry monsters. I call them monsters. I'm a monster. My customers think it's funny that I call them monsters. I'm like, how's my monsters? Your VIP group is the place that you can post nonstop paparazzi because these are your monsters. They love this jewelry. They fiend this jewelry. They want to see this jewelry. They want to know what's new and great and excellent, okay? Exactly. You leave the comment to your group in your video and have it posted in the comments at the top, but a lot of women don't even know how to click on your face even if you tell them to find it. You need to make this easy and spectacular for them to find you, right? So that is one way that I get them into my jewelry group. Guess what? I don't just use my fashion fix once. Then what I do, and I can afford to do this, you might want to just do one set, but I'm telling you, sometimes you have to give to get, right? Just like you have to invest to make money. And so what I will do is that when I am about a week before Fashion Fix is going to come out, because I'll get it in 3 days, right? I can't order it till the 4th. So about 5 days before, I do what's called the Customer Appreciation Show. I go live and I give out those pieces. I do it the night before my regular show. So that way my regular customers, when the $4 shipping, that doesn't bite them because they get it in the show the next day, right? So I do a Customer Appreciation Show. Everybody that shares my video publicly, then I go ahead and I create a drawing. I give out every Fashion Fix piece I had. People are like, you give out all that jewelry? Guess what? How many sales I get off of that? Because here's the thing. I just gave them this necklace, right? And they're like, dang, then I should get the bracelet and the earrings that match it. They join my jewelry group to order more of the jewelry. So I use it twice, okay? So that is how I utilize Fashion Fix. Now the other way and the other reason that I buy from consultants. So Lisa, she has some great pieces, right? Heather, who's on the show, like I shop from her too because she has great pieces because they've been here for a while, but I don't use those pieces as $5 pieces, okay? Because to me, certain pieces that are from Paparazzi that are super hot, Moonstone Key, ladies, that thing I would pay $50. And people are like, you'd pay $50 for a $5 piece of jewelry? Yeah, I would, because it's the cheapest marketing that I can get in the world. When I do a Moonstone Key necklace, then I'm gonna create a contest, okay? And I may do it simple, like you need to send me the cutest picture of your dog. You need to name my jewelry monster, and I'll have like a shark, okay? And so I will go and I will pay, right? I will go and I will pay $50 for that huge dinosaur piece, because you know what? I run that contest for about a week that you can submit. And then you know what I tell them? Then you can have your friends. I don't want you adding people to my group, but you can have your friends and family vote, you know? And so then it then creates more exposure because they're telling their friends and family, oh my gosh, look at this necklace, I want to win it so much, right? So we're creating a way to swish them into a circle. They have to join my jewelry group to win. But guess what? When I create a contest like that, I can get upwards of 50 new customers. Guess what customers turn into? Consultants. How did I turn into a consultant? How did you turn into a consultant? You were a customer, right? Make them your customer. And how you do that is, like I said, we want to reciprocate and turn it all into a circle. We want them to get from your group, from your event to your page, to your live, to somehow into your group to buy albums, right? So, and by doing so, you're building your customer base, you're selling more jewelry. And for me to pay, if I paid $50, which I would for a Moonstone necklace, if you guys have a Moonstone Key necklace, I'll pay you $50 for it, okay? Which I would, for me to use that, I'm basically 50 new customers is like paying $1 a lead. Now, $1 a lead in terms of anything is super cheap, right? Like, honestly. But I'm gonna tell you, I only do things that I do not tell my team or the people that I have as consultants to ever do something that I wouldn't do, okay? And I think that that's really key. And so I'm not gonna say, you need to go buy, you need to go buy, you need to go buy. It's not about how much you buy, it's how hard you try. And if you're trying, you're gonna be buying, okay? So if you guys are motivating your team and saying, you need to go buy, you need to go buy, listen, you don't need to go buy, you need to go try, and you need to give them the tools to do it, okay? Just like I'm on here, I'm not your only resource. Just like if you're telling them they need to go live, all a learning concept as to what you're doing, because I didn't make it on a team. Some of you are lucky enough that you've already started a team. I did not, okay? I'm gonna talk just a little bit about that because I usually try to keep it at about an hour and a half, and I know we're pushing that point. So I'm telling you guys, you utilize the tools that you have. That awesome killer piece that nobody else has, don't wear it on your live. I am not buying those pieces to build my jewelry box, okay? I am buying those pieces to build my business, all right? And Lisa, she has these contests right now. So a lot of you guys have access. I excluded myself as I became elite because I offer a lot of contests to my team. But you guys now have the ability to enter this contest. If you guys know, some of you that have been on the team, when I was in those contests, I guarantee you that I won 25% of all of her prize pools out of a team of how many? Because I saw the amazing ability to have more variety, because a lot of the pieces were things that I didn't have access to or I had sold out. And so it's huge to participate in something like that. You know, I really worked my business hard. If you want to win a necklace, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You will not do it by being selfish and self-centered and not sharing videos and, not congratulating people. You know, people that are self-centered and stuck on themselves have a hard time seeing the bigger picture and the things that are around them. If you can start to help the people, and you should really be helping the people on your team. How I made elite was because I'm not afraid to share my customer base. My consultants that have joined with me stick with this business because they're able to sell right away. And it doesn't give them, if they didn't have a network, I have a team that is their network. I share my consultants into my team, into my VIP group, onto my business page, and even onto my personal page. And I say, hey, come shop with this consultant. She's brand new. She's our newest diamond doll, or he's our newest bling bro. And they come and they do it, okay? And by doing that, number one, it gives them confidence that somebody that they see is on their show sharing it, okay? We all had to get into that spotlight, and it was very, very scary for us. But number two, they are getting customers. Oh, great, my customer went and bought from them. That's super. Actually, I get really excited about it because in my mind, I'm me, and nobody can replace me. If I'm taking care of my customers, and my customers, I'm connecting with them because I'm myself, they're gonna come back to me, right? So our team is built off of supporting each other. By doing that, and if you guys haven't started a team, it's something to think about, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about recruiting, and then I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys, but by doing what I'm doing, it allows that consultant to make sales right out of the gate. They don't get frustrated because, like me, I had 3 lives that had 6 viewers, okay? They literally, on my team, we are now, I think as of, last night, we are 101 people. It does. And I'll tell you what, most of the consultants that have signed with me have said, I've never seen a consultant share people on their team into their group. That's why I want to join you, because you're not selfish and you go the extra mile. And so I want to tell you that then if they're actually selling and it's to your customer, guess what? They get to go buy, okay? So I'm going to talk just briefly about recruiting. And I'm going to tell you that you guys have an awesome tool, because if you went and you looked at, if you went to looking at Lisa, if you started Googling paparazzi, because I did, we prayed about it. I read up on paparazzi. I had no idea, like I said, Lisa was my upline. Happened by accident that I found her. It was a very happy accident. So I would be reading, and you see all these people that have websites and things like that, and they talk about it, and they're like, if you're gonna join paparazzi, it's good to get on a good team. And they specifically named Lisa's team because of all the training that she gives, the knowledge base that she has, and I didn't even know I was on the team at the time, and the contests that she run as incentives. Like, ladies, you should be able to work this business without a contest, but when you have that pretty piece in front of you, you're like, dang, my customers would love that. Like, I look at some of Lisa's pieces and I'm like, I can get 10 new customers from that piece by making a contest, right? So I'm telling you that you can do this without a team. And I gave you a little basis of how I work my team, and most people, I hit elite with 65 people on my team. Most people can't do that. In fact, most people that hit elite are usually 200 or more. I had 65 because of the way that I use the team. Absolutely. She's a wealth of knowledge, and I don't understand, because I see people that are complainers, and let me tell you, don't complain in a team group. Don't complain to a teammate. Call your girlfriends, and if you drink wine, grab a bottle of wine, and you guys sit on the pity pot and explain it to them. But your negativity can bring down 20 people, okay? Because you might be complaining, I can't get more than 10 viewers on my live. I've been doing this for a month, what's wrong? But the person that's been doing it 3 months and has 10 viewers, that makes them feel awful, and like they did something wrong, and this takes time. So that is a big part of it. Seriously, I honestly, I had to put in the work because it was hard work, right? If you want to win that necklace, don't think that you're going to do it by not losing sleep because you're shipping to get that jewelry out so fast. And, you know, don't think that I pressed some magic button. There is no magic button. I listened, took direction from what Lisa said. I developed it more to fit me. I did that by when Lisa gave me a topic, like branding boot camp, I went and researched it. Lisa also did a contest where you had to go live 10 days in a row, okay? And Lisa is is very caring, and she likes to think the best in everybody. But I saw people that answered that contest, and they said they were live, and they said it did nothing for their business. Let me tell you that is a huge part, that I could go from 20 viewers to then 40 viewers from January into February, okay, was because I did that live 10 days in a row. Did I sell every day? No. I sold in different ways. I did fashion fix. I did helpful videos on how to fix your jewelry. And on top of that, I would talk about different ways to get more value from your jewelry. So, and you say value, how do you get more value? It's a $5 piece. Okay, listen, like, hello, bracelets can be worn as anklets. I saw it, and I'll tell you guys, because I don't think I even showed Lisa yet. I saw it, and I shared it with my team. The Blockbusters, I saw one of the girls, I think she's elite, and that's how I saw her picture, and she was wearing the pearl Blockbuster and necklace, and she took the bracelet and hung it from it, and took off the extender so you couldn't tell. It looked like a Z-piece. Guess what? She could just sell 2 pieces of jewelry at the same time as one. I see people that take, and I thought of myself without somebody saying it, the clip-on earrings. You could take and add them to a black pair of heels. So now you have earrings and you have an accessory for your shoes. You could take the clip-on earrings, put them on a wrap bracelet. Ladies, there's all kinds of videos on this stuff, right? So you learn how to make value out of your product. If you can show 3 ways to wear a piece of jewelry, if you could show that you can layer it with more pieces and make it look different, you can sell more jewelry, right? And people think, oh my gosh, it's $5 and I can do 3 different things with it. This is awesome, right? So that is what I'm talking about adding value to your jewelry. Now I want to talk a little bit about recruiting, and then I'll say goodbye to everybody. I want to talk about recruiting because people say, well, how do you recruit? And I didn't even really try to recruit. And if you're not trying, you're not going to recruit, okay? So recruiting... Hi, Brittany. Recruiting is based off of this. When you go live, if you have not been yourself, if you have not talked about the person that you are, you will not attract people like you that are going to sell this jewelry. Okay? I literally tell people my accomplishments. Before I had accomplishments, I told them about Lisa's accomplishments and how I get the training, and she's teaching me how to do this. When I didn't have accomplishments, I talked about Lisa's accomplishments, and I talk about what I offer. Okay, I talk about our team, how my team operates. Now, you guys have to look at the things that you have to offer, right? People are like, I don't know what to say that I benefit from paparazzi. I just started. And I'll point it out. Maybe your daughter works this business with you and she's a teenager. Maybe you use the jewelry to teach to the kids in your neighborhood, because I know somebody I don't know if she's on here, I don't want to point her out, but she runs a daycare. She literally teaches them math with the jewelry. I'm trying to get her to get her YouTube going to do this and attract a whole different audience, right? Because it's all about bringing in different people from different places. Every way that you sell this jewelry is going to attract a different audience and is going to allow you different ways to recruit and the more ability to sell the jewelry. Do speed shows, do pop-ups, do wall drops, do albums, okay? The world is your oyster, but I'm telling you guys, if you are not pushing it and you are not buying the jewelry and you are not buying enough of it, you're sitting there and you lost 4 sales because you didn't buy enough. Why? You gained 10 viewers. You're all excited. I gained 10 viewers. You're still ordering the same amount of jewelry. You have 10 new viewers to accommodate. You're not ordering brass or copper. Then guess what? When that person comes on your show and they're like, do you have any brass? Do you have any brass necklaces? And you're like, I have 1 brass ring. Then they're not coming back to you. If you do things like play music that they hate, then they're gone. If you spend too long time showing a necklace and necklaces and necklaces and necklaces, the person that doesn't wear a necklace because they can't stand something around their neck, you've lost them. So it's all about utilizing what you have, but the key to getting what you have and then picking up the nuances of people around you is to order the jewelry, order in multiples, and to, yeah, right? You have to have confidence in yourself. You joined for a reason. You love this jewelry. Do you not think people love this jewelry? You have a product that hits every market. We hit kids, we hit men, we hit women. We have a price point that everybody can afford. And don't be afraid if you have pieces left over. If I pull something out from when I started as a consultant, because I have them, they're gone in 5 seconds. Because I'm focused on what's new, what came in, matching my sets, and da-da-da-da-da. So when I had a smaller inventory, so I now on my website have over 10,000 different pieces of paparazzi jewelry. Like, paparazzi pumps out jewelry like nobody's business, right? I would do that. However, I don't have access to all of my inventory right around me. And I explained to them And if I had a group, I would send them to my group and post the link immediately when they came on my show. So I send them to my jewelry group. If you have an audience and you're doing this by yourself and it can be a little complicated to start looking for jewelry, I would send them to my group because you guys should be having your albums up there and you should be posting things regularly. And you can also say you can private message me and I'd be happy to send you snapshots. It all depends on what you have the ability to actually do. I'm hearing the beeping. It's making me crazy over there. So I wanted to tell you guys one last thing before we go in. I'll take some questions. But when you recruit, talk about why you joined Paparazzi. Don't say, this is really fun, you should do it. Talk about what Paparazzi does for you. Talk about your goals and your expectations with Paparazzi, because it makes people have the idea themselves to sell. It's not that you are telling them they should sell, because if you're telling them they should sell, let me tell you, it is a lot easier to quit when it was somebody else's idea, right? That's easier. They don't have to think about it. And so, I shouldn't have listened to her. I shouldn't have joined. But if they listen to you, like, I didn't get to spend time with my kids, or this is my goal, this is why I started this on the side. I know it's going to be a little slower because I work a full-time job, but I started this for this reason. Then it thinks in their head, like, man, I would really like that. I would really like to do that so I could be home with my kids and take them to school. Or, you don't like your boss, or you work really hard and you don't get the money that you deserve because you're putting in all this work, and A, you saved your company a lot of money, or B, you made them a lot of money, and guess what? You don't get a raise. Listen, the harder that I work, the more this pays off for me. I worked hard. I took advice from Lisa. I built off of Lisa's advice. I sought other information from other consultants. I watched their shows. I took in everything that I could do to build my business to what it is. And so I want to give you the confidence that you can do this. We have an awesome product. Do not be Debbie Downer. Do not be negative ever about Paparazzi, because there's nothing to be negative about, okay? You have your pity party. You can do that one night. The next morning, wake up and try something different. Exactly, Colleen. That's by telling your customers your goals and your achievements. Like, great, I just hit bronze, and they're going to tune in just to do that. If anybody else has a question, this is longer than I usually go. I apologize if I dragged on. Like I said, I was very choppy. I had a lot of things going on in my home during my last video, and so I hope that this was helpful for everybody. And if anybody has a question, I'll give it a couple seconds, or, because I know there's the lag, to answer. And then I hope to see all you guys on. I saw Lisa Keller on, and I went on her live and shared it. Do not be afraid to share out people's shows. I have videos on YouTube. Obviously, I'm going to tell you, your best resource is Lisa. She's been doing this a lot longer, and she has a lot of videos in our team group, because my team is still a part of them. For storage, I go to the dollar store. So you see most people, they have a board hanging up behind them. I do not. I will show you some of my bins, because I have them right next to me, because my house is always filled with jewelry. I use these for bracelets, okay? I keep my bracelets in these when I'm for shows, like as it comes in. After it comes in, I organize it in alphabetical order, and I keep them in trays. And so I have these trays here that stack, okay? Like, you buy them at the dollar store, just $1, guys. Like, I don't say, this doesn't take $1 million to start this business. And it's all about dedication. And as you advance, you pick up tools because you're investing in your business. Text alerts, that is a tool that you're investing into your business, okay? So it's like a label maker. If you are shipping and you're like, man, I hate shipping. I hate cutting out these labels. Okay, well, ink and paper, and, that takes time, and tape and money takes time. So, exactly. So as you grow, you invest. As you grow, you invest in inventory. You invest in tools to make you go faster. Okay? So I invest in things that make it go faster. Right away, I learned, because I had that eBay business way back off in the sunshine, I learned that I didn't want to cut out labels. I learned, go get a label maker. This is ridiculous to cut these all out, and the time and the money that it took. It depends on what your office is, or what your audience is. If your audience is 10 people and you know that it's the killer piece, like you guys pay attention to the trends. Look we have jewelry that is selling out, right? Valentine's, ladies, whatever Valentine's piece is out there, you max out on it because everybody's looking for it. Everybody wants it. When you do lives alone, I have an audience base that it would be very hard for me because I can get up to 150 viewers. And the analytics has been a little messed up and I was getting down to like 80 and I thought it was me. But really it was Facebook and people weren't seeing it. And some people aren't signed up for my notifications. They go basically off of the notifications on Facebook and they weren't getting the notification or seeing me on their lives. So flow in lives is all about you being able to show the jewelry and talk. You want them to know who you are, but you want to be conversational. And so I have a bucket. This is like some hostess awards right here. So as I am showing, if I was by myself, what I typically do is I have envelopes in a box order as I put them. So I'm not sitting there going, okay, where is Lisa Keller's bag? Sorry, Lisa. I'm not going, where is Lisa Keller's envelope to stick her stuff in? And while I am talking and I'm waiting for, because there's a lag time, right? That lag time is when I show my piece of jewelry. So I could be telling a story and I'll be like, look at these beautiful orange earrings. Like, oh my gosh, they're like 70s, you know? You give a good description. If you don't get excited about any of the jewelry, then part of what you don't like, if you can't be excited and be like, oh my gosh, you don't have to lie. Say, brass isn't my thing, man, but my brass girls, they're going to eat this up and pull it out. So, absolutely. So it's all about finding your method. That I see people use those shoe organizers. If you guys watch Shannon Johnson, I love Shannon. If you watch Shannon Johnson, she gets a lot of viewers and she does it all by herself. And she takes those like shoe organizers or jewelry organizers that you travel with and she has them hanging up and she knows who her regular customers are. They already have their cubby and she knows where to find it real quick. If you watch Mandy Heisch, the iconic impressionista, the highest in our company, she has the like wooden shoe organizers. And so you have to find your system and you have to find what works and there's always going to be something different. Did I miss anything else? Yep, there's a different system for everybody. I use envelopes. I think it's easier. I can flip real quick through the envelopes. They're in alphabetical order. I don't have to worry about putting it in alphabetical order. I don't have to worry about my kids knocking into my cubby or dumping it. Like it's all in an envelope in a box. I immediately take it after my show and sit down, invoice it, and then get it to my shipping area. It's waiting to sell. So if that's it, hopefully I didn't bore you guys to death. I want you to know that I'm never a unapproachable person. I'm really down to earth, and I believe that my purpose is to help other people do this. I think that I was gifted by having Lisa come into my life and give me the advice. I had to do the work, but it would have taken me a lot longer to accomplish the things that I've accomplished without Lisa pointing me in the right direction. You still have to do the work. So I want to thank you guys for spending time with me. And I wanted to tell you guys, we are like an hour away from great new releases, okay? Lisa is like, listen, she is giving you a bonus, and this is what I do to my team, because you know where I learned it? Lisa is giving you the ability to get something for nothing. You are working your business, and guess what? You get something. Like, oh my gosh, not only do you get rewarded from Paparazzi, you're getting rewarded from Lisa too. And so you guys, we're like an hour away from it. I'm telling you guys, do not be afraid to step out of your box. If you have the money to invest and you're just choosing not to because you're scared, what are you waiting for? Believe in yourself and invest in you. It's actually pinned in our group, B. It's in Team Diamond Dolls. So you ladies, if you guys message me, I may not get back to you right this second because I have 2 kids and I here at the moment, and I have a lot of things that I need to get out of my house today, and I have new releases, but I will respond, okay? You guys have a great day. Thank you so much, and I hope that I've helped you in some type of way. And I am a good resource, but you know who my guru is? Lisa. Lisa has taught me so much. I consider Lisa very near and dear. She's become a good friend to me. I trust her. I know that she is not self-centered, and the advice that she gives me is not to benefit her. It's actually to help and build my business. And by listening to her, by trusting her, by taking her videos, and by doing the extra training, I have been able to build into what I have right now. And it's essential, you guys, to take the advice that you're getting, to go out and buy. And if you have extra money that you're like, well, I don't know, then you don't believe in yourself. And you need to gain that to do what you need to do. Go win a necklace. When we are sitting at the elite breakfast or on that shopping spree, please come up and introduce yourself to me. I want to meet you, okay? Have a great day, you guys. And I love Team Hotsy Totsy. Seriously. Bye, you guys.